Hi, guys. Thanks for tuning in to the Nocturnal Feeding with James, the Fish Room Fever, and me, Chattanooga Ed. And as you can see, I'm in a different location tonight. I'm going to do this boxing in a different room. So that way, I'm going to be unboxing the Flugel Megaflex. And we're going to check it out. Matt F. Liquid Zoo. And if a mod could put his link to his page occasionally through this whole stream, it would be so cool. He deserves a lot more subs, and I know we're not supposed to push subs and stuff anymore as YouTubers or whatever, but man, this is insane. I learned a lesson. I need to be more careful what type of things I say I want on, because I feel terribly guilty. I do not deserve something this nice. And thank you so much, Matt. I first saw this thing, I think it was like 4 years ago at the Aquatic Experience in New York. My dad and we went up to the show, and that was before my name was Chattanooga Ed. I was just always in the chat and stuff with my name, and nobody ever recognized me because I had just a normal last name. As soon as I changed it to Chattanooga Ed, things kind of exploded, I guess. But when I saw this fish tank, I was like, this is the coolest fish tank I've ever seen in my life. It's kind of funny because my dad had the same thing happen to him, but he wanted a jellyfish tank. I talked him out of that, and he talked me out of this. Well, this wasn't even for sale yet. But, okay, guys, well, I'm going to have my dad, and this will be the first time my dad's on camera. He doesn't want to say anything, and he doesn't really want to be on camera, but I need his arm, so maybe that's all you'll see.
Well, so I'll wait to go full screen until after your dad's done.
Oh, y'all, there's my dad.
It's my, I don't know if you can see my fish shirt.
Old guys rule.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay. And, couldn't ask for a better dad in the world. He's just
your dad's awesome. Awesome guy.
Okay, so, you know what? Let's see if we can pop this.
Now, do you want me to go through and say the hellos while you're getting that thing pulled out of there?
Yes, please.
All right. Let me go ahead and grab the participants list here because it makes it so much easier on me. Hello and welcome to 3G BJ Palmer, Carrie Habercorn, Elizabeth Florida Fish Rescue, Jenny T, Lefty3213A, Liquid Zoo, Only Fins. I love that. Lonnie, a.k.a. Looney Tunes, M&C Aquatics, Mary Beth McCubbin, Bakehouse74M, Mike's Aquatics Things, Monster Fish Cow, Patty's Petite Tanks, Ray Aquatics, Rico Stan S, Sandy Daddy Skipper's Aquarium, Stephen P. 2003 Aquatics. That always messes with me. The Zen Ginger, Whips World, and Xanadu. Appreciate you all and anybody else that didn't pop up on the currently active list. Thank you for being here. Also, I'll grab these super chats while you're getting that undone. That way you can hear those because I know that you probably don't have your chat visible. But we had our buddy Rico stand with $10 super chat. So thank you so much for the shirts and that amazing card.
You know what, Rico's? Oh, look at this. Okay, so the lid has like a little plastic container or plastic over it. So let's just put this up front. I don't want to get my cables on it. Okay. Ooh. It comes with a mat.
Are you ready for the full screen there, buddy?
Sure.
Right.
And Rico, thank you so much for that nice video. My mom and dad enjoyed watching it too, where you did the box opening of that. Okay, so let's see.
There we go.
We're not supposed to really grab it from the top, but I don't know any other way to do it. Sorry, I don't know.
Oh, look at that beauty.
Wow. This thing is awesome, guys. Let's see. It's 32 and a half gallons, and it's 28 inches. We'll just put it right here.
Okay.
It's 28 inches this way. And I think it's, Dad, would you want to get a tape measure?
Sure.
Or wait, here's one right here. I'm just going to snag this thing. Oh, I'm wrong. It's 32 and a half gallons, or it's 32 and a half gallons, but it's also 32 and a half inches long. So that's kind of convenient. It's 16 inches high, and then I'm going to measure from the bottom is 14 inches at the smallest part at the bottom, and then 15 and a half at the bow. Because this guy has like I'm going to actually take this and show you guys. Oh my gosh. Now I've got a ruler over my thing. So there you go. See the cool bow.
That is awesome.
And then let's just go. Oh, the lid's on top of my cable here. We've got the filtration setup. So I wish there was more light here. Maybe I'll turn my cell phone on. And we'll see what's here. My mom's cat just went for the box. Okay. Trying to do this without breaking stuff. Okay.
I did want to tell you, Liquid Zoo said in the chat, the smile on my face is huge right now because I see how happy you are.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Okay, so as you guys can see, you know what? Would you hold this flashlight for me? I'm putting my mom to work. Okay, see the flashlight's right there. Sorry, I just shined it in her eyes. Just need to hold this above. Okay, so guys, see let's pull this out. It's like a sponge filter, and then it's got little bags of media in there. And then it goes down. Whoops. Let's see. So I don't know. Can you guys see how far that goes down?
Oh, yeah.
And then there's another one on this side. I'm betting this cardboard is like probably the pump and stuff. And we'll open that up here in a minute. Ooh, it's kind of heavy. Okay, so now we're getting the inside look. So everybody, let's look at this. We're going inside the flugel. Not a lot of people go inside the flugel. It looks like I see this one hole, but I don't see any other. Oh, here's the intakes. The intakes are on this curved side.
Now, has
I wonder.
it got dual intakes? It's got intakes on the other curved side?
It does.
That's awesome. That's what I thought from the sponge layout. Super, super cool.
So it's going to be kicking out here and coming through the sides. And let's see what this one looks like, if it's the same. Yep, same sponge.
It looks like the same sponge setup they use on their Fluval spec systems.
Pretty cool. This thing is just a monster. It is so big. I'm just going to give you the whole curve to it. It's got the pretty, somebody's got their fingerprint there. I should copy it so that way if I'm ever in a crime, I can use them.
Oh,
but,
you're a goofy guy, buddy.
Look, the seal is awesome. Man, this thing is cool.
It is a very, very quality piece right there.
This is by far the fanciest fish tank I own. Okay, so now I'm going to put you guys back on top. Okay. And we're going to pull out the lid, or see what we've got here under this package here. Okay. Was there any other super chats or anything?
There are. I didn't want to interrupt you, and I know you get really into things when you're looking at them. But yes, Carrie Habercorn had a $1 super sticker with the black cat for you.
Oh, I love the black cat.
And then our buddy Mike's Aquatics, thanks for the $5 super sticker with the little fox painting out number 1, holding up a sign. I'm also looking at any highlighted things as we go through. Pompey Ranch with the $3 super sticker with that thumbs up fist bump pair. Pompey, thank you for that.
Okay, they have a instruction booklet, but you know, we don't like to look at instructions unless we have to look at the instructions.
We don't RTFM.
So let me go to the top of this lid. Look at how pretty this is. My phone is inside the case.
I did want to tell you, Liquid Zoo OnlyFins, who purchased that tank for you, I did also do a super chat right before I made you full screen. $2 super chat saying, make him full screen. That way he can see that big old smile on your face.
Oh my gosh, yes. This thing is crazy. It is going to be so cool. I'm going to try to breed a special type of shrimp in it. And if you like shrimp, maybe he could be the first person I send these special shrimp to. Okay, so now I'm going to open this box and see what's in it. I'm imagining the power cord is to the light and the remote to the light. I guess I could have looked more through the styrofoam stuff because sometimes they do sneaky stuff and put stuff in styrofoam.
Absolutely.
Oh boy, this is like, I don't want to pull too hard on it. We got the different exhaust like thing to vent the water. This is, oh boy, I have to put on my glasses to look. Oh, this is in case I want to buy an extra light for the top. Now, Sean Peck did that because he really gets into the plants hardcore. I don't know if I'll have to do that because I don't think I'm going to have that high end of plants. I kind of specialize in low type plants. Okay, so this is the pump. And this pump would be great. This looks like about the same size pump that I use to pump water from what I used to do into my tanks from the trash can.
It looks like it. Is that an adjustable flow on the side of it there where your thumb's at?
I was looking at it, but I don't think it is. I think it could be set up if, they do make those maybe with it, but this one just has a plastic cap
Gotcha.
over it.
I was just curious.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Okay. And then here's the power cord. So let's see how long our cord is in the back. Maybe I'll take my telephone out.
So BJ Palmer's asking, how can you prevent fry from being sucked into the filtration system? So one thing that I've used in the past for different overflow setups is coarse sponge media. And I'll cut that coarse sponge shape and size that I need, and then you could stick it in there kind of as a pre-filter almost. In that particular setup, you should be able to do it internally in that little angled corner, so it's right behind the overflow slits, and then you wouldn't even see it, and that should help keep fry out.
Most definitely. You know what? I'm going to shout and see if my dad's still in the other room. Hey, Dad, you still there? Can you grab me an extension cord, please? It can be standard. Okay, so we're going to see what the lights look like in this thing. But while he does that, let's hook up the filter. I don't know if this is very good TV or not. An extension cord?
Sure.
It can just be a standard.
Okay.
Skipper's Aquatics is headed out. Skipper, have a great night. Alien World, good to see you, Scott, says, or you could put a tiny do not enter sign near the intake so shrimp know. I love it, Scott. I love it.
But you better make sure that it's also like in Asian languages because they might come from Asia. They may not know English. So it looks like, wow, does this thing, it doesn't even sit on the bottom. It kind of hangs. But yeah, I will take, basically, I've got this extra type of sponge, and I will shove it in there because I don't want to suck the fry into it. Oh, I see what's going on here. Okay, this goes like this into it, and this is where I take the fancy double sprayer, and I put it in like this. And I just screw it in. If I can get it to thread. It's kind of tricky. I gotta balance it right on there. Oh, there we go. I got it. Nobody freak out.
Stephen P. 2003 has got a great point. He says, I also recommend checking the internets for some 3D printed modifications. A lot of crafty people have made cool stuff for the specs and the flexes. It's a very good point. And thank you for bringing that up, Stephen.
You know, I think Sean has something like that on one of his. Okay, so now this thing comes with carbon. Oh, it's a little bag of carbon, so you just cut it out. But you know what? I'm not going to use carbon, so I'm going to leave that out. But I bet you this is a little bag of stuff. And we will use this. So what I'll do is, I've got other little bags. But I'll double this up in the sponge.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, I did the same thing. I know you can't see the chat, and I know you'll be tickled to know it. Corey swinging by was talking to Rico Stan.
Awesome. There we go. I got today Deadpool's honoring Corey with the Aquarium Co-op.
I love
Deadpool.
This is
But
awesome.
unfortunately, he's really in the way right now, so we're going to leave him out of the way. And so let me see. I don't know what I did with the other one. So what I'm going to do is plug this in. And these things work off of your telephone. Oh boy, it just came on. I bought a Flugel 3.0. Can you guys tell the light just blew up in there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I got the Flugel 3.0 already from the co-op. So I've got the program in there. Let's see if we can, you know what, maybe I can sit down and be partially in the image. Oh, gosh. I don't know if you guys can see me or not.
We can see the tank. That's all that matters. Right? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Well, okay, I'm over here.
We can kind of see it back there, buddy.
And so let's go to, the Flugel has a app. And so I've got my plant light, the big one on my 220, my 125 is a Flugel. And I bought it a couple of years ago with the Aquarium Co-op, and it's been great. Of course, you have to find it. Darn it. It's like an app I don't go to hardly ever because once I got it dialed in, I didn't mess with it. So does anybody have any questions, James?
I'm not really seeing any questions so far. Lots of good talk back and forth. Lots of people impressed with the tank. Just good conversation going on. Yeah, that's a really awesome tank. I've got to say, I always enjoy looking at Sean's when we're over at his house, Sean Peck.
Oh, Sean
I
Peck.
can't wait to see what you do with this one.
Yeah, I was going to bring up, like I said, the rocks and stuff. Oh boy, maybe I shouldn't have. I've got my 120 device on here, but settings. I'll open up the Bluetooth.
I do see some news, and also I'll just throw this out here. I know there was mention, and it was a hypothetical, but this not only goes for Corey, but anybody that's ever in the area. If you're ever in the area and want to hang out, we'd love to do so. Either seeing the Chattanooga Aquarium or checking out local fish stores. But Coop was saying a new product launch will work with the sponge filter. I think it arrives late August. Breaking news. Very, very cool. Looking forward to that.
Well, you know what, guys? I don't know how to Bluetooth this to the thing. This is terrible video for you poor guys because I can't even do anything.
I should have been on site for tech support.
Yeah, well, James is so good at all this stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide it just a little bit over this way. And then I'm going to... Oh, and I got cables all over the place.
Yeah, like was you saying, he needs tech support. Absolutely. Looks like I need to go fix the Wi-Fi router and the lighting. Get it all synced up.
James is amazing at the tech stuff. Well, James is really good at just about everything, guys.
Well, I appreciate that, buddy.
Okay. Oh, now it's like kind of low.
That is some delicious looking sweet tea, though.
It is. It is some good sweet tea. Milo's made in Alabama. Okay. Gosh. High quality entertainment right here, folks.
People enjoy it. I mean, this is the live, unedited, raw, real, and uncut that people enjoy.
And you know what? We need to see if the Obelisk will fit in here too. But okay, so I'm on the Flugel web page. I'm going to device, and it's only reading my one downstairs. Sort by type.
Liquid Zeus saying, "This is why I got it for you."
I'll probably lose 100 subs over this.
So Paul Stero dropping the information per usual. Thank you, Paul. Says apparently Lowe's and Home Depot have the Sirius Stone and Dragon Stone back in stock. Check the website for decorative garden stone. Great information. Awesome. Thank you so much, Paul, for letting us know on that. That's a great source to get it from too.
Yep, and it's I think they may even deliver. And if you're a veteran, it's also 10% off.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm terrible. Every time I go to Lowe's, I take my dad with me. Well, he got drafted for a reason.
So Stephen P. 2003 says, wait, the Flex has Bluetooth?
Yeah, what it is it's controlled through the Flugel app. So you can control the lighting and all that. I don't think that there's a remote. Maybe I should go through everything. I don't think that there's a remote control that came with this anywhere. If anybody knows of a remote, let me know. But yeah, you can. I was hoping to change all the colors, and it does like thunderstorms. Okay. They show all different ways to take it all apart. Oh, gosh, guys. Well.
Oh, he broke out the manual.
Yeah, I did. I was trying to find out to see if it came with a remote, but I think it's your, oh. Okay. Settings. I'm trying to get it to read this one. Oh, I've got on airplane mode. Maybe that's what's messing me up here, guys.
Yeah, that'll usually kill all signal to it for the most part.
I did that because I didn't want a whole lot of people texting me a whole bunch during our live streams. Oh my gosh, and I'm getting them all over the place now. Okay, let's go back to the Flugel. And I got this at Aquatic Aesthetics, my local fish store. Well, actually, I didn't. Matt F. did. But it's from my local fish store.
Always love supporting the local guys. Really, really do.
I do. Gosh.
And I will say that extends to, we've talked about this before, if you don't have a brick and mortar local fish store in your area, as I know a lot of people don't in the wonderful fish fam community we've got here on YouTube, support local fish stores that have things available online. Just because you're purchasing online doesn't mean you can't also purchase from, a local fish store, mom and pop operation. So try and show those guys some love before you head to the big box stores and the Amazon, if you can. At least that's just my 2 cents.
So I think it just found it. So now, yeah, that was it. I think it was the airplane mode. So let's see. I'm going to push purple. Oh gosh. Okay. So yeah, James probably would have said, make sure you're on airplane mode. So let me hang on. I'm gonna. This is yellow, orange, blue, and purple. We've got different. Cool. This is a thunderstorm. That's cool. We've got sunlight. Oh, it might be on blue right now. But, okay. You guys want to see what it looks like with the obelisk inside of it?
Oh, yeah. So is that where you're going to be putting your obelisk?
No, I was going to put it in a 40 breeder because I think this might be just a little too short.
I got you.
But
for anybody that doesn't know, this obelisk that Ed is about to show is a custom piece that he made. Really, really cool piece. You can look at some of the past live streams to see that being created.
And I'm going to slide. Unfortunately, it's plugged into the other side of the wall. And now I'm wrapping stuff around my tea. Okay. Now we're going to turn this way. There we go.
Matt West says, I've seen one of these in person as a shrimp tank with the black substrate, sweet tank. Yeah, I imagine that would look absolutely beautiful set up like that. These are such classy tanks.
So here's the obelisk. So oh gosh, I've got so many cables all over the place. It's in the dark. I'm going to take that out. I'm trying to do things without breaking it in the dark.
Rico Stan saying, I like the mutual Omaha vibe we have going here as Jim wrestles the alligator.
Oh, man. I'm going to put my tea on the floor because I'm tired of almost killing it. Okay. Oh, boy, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Matt F. with a great point there said, anyone not subbed to Chattanooga Ed is really missing out. Absolutely. If you made your way here tonight through the live streams and you found yourself here and you're somehow not subscribed to this awesome guy, I definitely recommend it. He's my buddy, my pal, my best friend. He does some awesome videos. It's always a fun time. You're never not going to have fun checking out Chattanooga Ed.
I don't know I'm having a little hard time putting the lid on super good right now. It's probably because, I don't know. It's just dark. Okay, so you guys see the obelisk is moving. Now I got to get the phone. And, I just unplugged the obelisk. I want to show you guys this app of all the different things it does. Oh, it's just too bright. We'll have to do that once I turn the lights out.
And here you've got an awesome recommendation to Cream Cup saying subscribe to at least see his Halloween costume. Yeah, you had an awesome Halloween costume a while back. That was super, super cool.
I really go crazy with the Halloween costumes. Okay. So now let's see it. There it goes. It's looking pretty good. Now let's see what it looks like under a purple. Oh, this came off. Why is this thing turned off?
Edgar Ray is swinging by to say hello. Good to see you, Edgar. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and thank you for hanging out with us.
Guys, this is high quality entertainment right here.
I mean, I personally, as I'm sure a lot of people do in the chat, I enjoy things like this where it's just the real, raw, uncut. It's not the edited, pristine. You get to see what it's really like to unbox this thing and play around with it, you know?
I appreciate you trying to make it sound better than it is. Oh, now I might have to turn on the light so I know what I'm doing. Okay, we're turning the lights back on.
Alien World Aquatics is asking if the Obelisk came with a tank. No, that is a custom piece that Chattanooga Ed made. He's worked on that over a couple of the live streams. Super awesome piece. It's actually got a lot of etchings and things in it that you can't really see from here. But that's a custom Chattanooga Ed creation there.
Yep. Boy, I don't know why it's not turning on now. Okay, there we go. You have to push the button that says on. So now, let's see. Now it's all purple, the yellow, and you can kind of see the different colors of the obelisks or whatever. The Cthulhu Tower.
The Cthulhu Tower. I love it.
That's kind of neat. That's just like a nighttime. Here's all blue. The nighttime almost looks the best. It's crazy. So I could grow a lot of algae in here. Let's see what it looks like with lightning storms. Oh, this is going to be too much fun. Maybe I will have to put the thing in there. Let's see, how high is it? Looks like we have about 1 inch.
I mean, it looks awesome. Matt F. was saying he wouldn't commit to making them to sell. This is referencing your Obelisk. It was very disappointing. I tried to bribe him with buying him this tank. We'll see if it works.
Well, maybe I could try to make one for him if he'd like one. But yeah, the thing is the top of this has like this black cool layer around it. That, it's the fancy flugel look. But the problem is I don't know if it will shadow the obelisk. I've got to go all the way around because I can't step over the cord.
Now, I am liking this idea. Chrome Co-op says this tank needs to be a darker tank with the decor and blind cave tetras.
See, I actually have an idea for blind cave tetras where I'm going to actually make stalactites and stalagmites, I think. Because I really want one like that.
That's going to be so awesome.
As you can see this like little cool black stuff they have here?
Yep.
It kind of makes it so like if you're not always up on keeping your water filled to the top, you get like when I was in Missouri, I used to get a whole bunch of like mineral lines, and this kind of hides that, I think, is why they do it. But I mean, it does look pretty neat. I really wanted to put this thing in the fish room though. And I want to put the tower in my fish room in a 40. I want more water above it, I think. But I'll definitely make something really cool for this fish tanker.
Oh, I have no doubt. Whipswirl with a $2 super sticker with the behind the scenes director cut board there. Thank you for that, Whip. Very much appreciated. Good to see you. Hope you were doing well. Where was it?
But yeah, Matt F., we will definitely, let's see. Oh, I was trying to turn it off.
So GRB Aquatics is asking, with the different colored lights, will that make glass catfish appear to change color too?
Well, I don't know if it'll actually make them change color, but, it'll definitely reflect it. Like way back 25 years ago, when LEDs first came out, and I mean, these weren't like good enough ones for planting plants. They were like ones that you put behind a TV. I bought some, and I did an all silver tank. So it's like I had tinfoil barbs and silver dollars. And then I just put the lights above them, like when people would come to visit, to kind of, and it would just change. And it looked pretty cool because it would not really reflect like a mirror, but you could definitely see the different colors on the fish. It was given a glowfish look without actually affecting the glowfish, if that makes sense.
No, that's awesome. Positera saying $52 for Dragonstone, $65 for the petrified wood, and $65 for the Seru. All 44-pound boxes at Lowe's.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's
crazy.
Awesome pricing.
And then the Obelisk. One thing that I really enjoyed about this project was I carved a lot of our names in it. So, like, I got the co-ops right there. Fish Room Fever is right there. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Now we can. So yeah, it shows up really well when you get close up like that, rather.
Yeah, there's
I thought that was so
KG's
cool.
in here. I just put an Ed right there. But yeah, I put a lot of different people's names and I hit it with in the stone.
I appreciate being included in that. I think that is just so awesome.
I think I have Sean in here too, but I probably put a crack right over his name.
Yeah, I remember you putting the Pectec in there because it went well with the Ruinic style that you're doing.
Yeah, and then if you actually see how Sean signs his autographs, he already does his autograph like that too. It's pretty cool. I was like amazed. I sent an autographed card to Rico. They had everybody sign it at the Aquashella because he wasn't able to make it.
Yeah.
And I got to see how everybody signed their name. And it was really neat. It was super cool.
Lisa from KG Tropicals throwing $25 super chat out there for you. It says treats for the kitties with a little hearty emoji, smiley face.
Thank you so much, Lisa. This is a kind of a crazy stream. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the table behind. Actually, it's a piano bench. But awesome, man! I can't thank you enough. I'm gonna and I was talking about how I was gonna hot rod it. I am gonna put this hard type foam, this spongy-ish foam down the sides because I don't want, at least at the intake spots, but I think I'll just put it all the way through, just because I don't want my shrimplets getting stuck in there.
Absolutely. Now, are you going to use like a coarse filter sponge, or are you going to use a finer?
I'm going to use the coarse one because I still want it to feed plenty of water through.
I think that's a good idea, in my opinion.
Trying to do this with cables. Okay. Awesome. Okay, now guys, I'll pull you up closer and I can actually see what people are saying. And it's pretty cool. It came with a mat.
That is awesome.
It was kind of neat because at the aquatic experience, they were the Flugel area was giving out free mats, and I took a whole mess. I had my dad there too, and so I had him take like 5, and I've been using those in a lot of spots. It's pretty terrible, but hey, they didn't mind. Okay, and hey, I finally got one of their awesomeness things. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, I'm worn out now. But like the little thing of the charcoal, I'm not going to use. I'm not even going to open it right now. I'll just stick that in a drawer. And like if I have, it's shrimp, so I shouldn't have to ever medicate. I don't know what I would, maybe I'll use it somewhere else to help get rid of medications from the water, because that's about all I use charcoal for. It's weird because my dad, who got me into fish in the 70s, all we used was the little box plastic filters. And I mean, the water was always good. And it was all about this and cotton. That's all we put in those things and kept our tanks clean. Of course, we didn't have real plants at that time either. So,
all right. Well, I'm going to come back up now that you're done showing that off, and I'll grab my chat back up. Scary sight for everybody, right? There we go. Paul Sterra saying that mat works as a cushion / leveler for the tank. Yeah, that helps to ensure that you don't end up shattering that tank if it's a little bit off.
Right now, I have it on a piano bench, so it should be pretty good. Right?
Yeah, especially not having any water weight in it shouldn't be a problem at all.
And I bet you, I was going to do a temper thing. I was going to show people how to see if the tanks are tempered or not.
Okay.
I'm sure Flugel, though, is all tempered.
And I will say, I love the fact that the chat has caught on to putting the G in Flugel. You've got instead of saying Flugel, you've got them switched over now. You've converted them. I love it.
Hey, I like that too. I appreciate it, guys.
Somebody was saying unboxing Flugels and eating bugles. Can't beat that.
Oh, I like bagels. I like bagels with not sour cream, with Philadelphia cream cheese and hard salami.
Ooh, that sounds
It is
good.
One of my favorite road trip sandwiches. And the next time we go on a road trip, I'm going to make us a bunch.
Awesome. I love it. Ed and I always have a foodie adventure, I guess, if you will. Anytime we go anywhere, it's food is incorporated into, whatever we're doing.
Yep. And we'll have to take Matt to out for pizza. I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to get to Chicago.
Yep.
And Matt, if you want to, I'll buy the pizza. Because
yeah, I mean, it's to the point. I filled out my creator application for Aquashella yesterday, and Ed's got the thing to fill his out, so it's looking good. Fishaholic saying, sorry, I'm late. I missed your show, James. Not a problem. Glad to see you. We'll catch the replay. Hello to the Fish Fam. Crazy weekend. I'm glad it's the end. I'm ready for the weekend. Well, amen to that. I'm glad you made it through it. Another week down, and I appreciate you being here, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We're almost there.
Detroit Shrimp's here. That's awesome. Geeks
going
boys.
on, Detroit?
We got a whole lot of awesome people.
He was saying earlier when you were playing with the Detroit when you were looking for a remote that it was via the app that you had to do it, and then you figured it out before I saw the comment.
It was I see. I put it on airplane mode for when we do live streams, so my phone doesn't blow up. Because a lot of people ask me questions during our streams, and it gets really distracting. But this is what the keyboard is for this thing.
Super cool. So
yeah,
I just wanted to compare. Here is the Flubel SkyPad. Ow. There's a floor vent right below me. I always have to watch it. I don't put my chair through it. I just put my chair through it. So here's the Flubel SkyPad remote. And it looked like it was pretty much the same type of layout there.
Is that on a phone or?
No, this is an actual little remote. But it looks like it's the same setup.
Yeah, it really does look very, very similar.
Very, very cool. Just figured we do a comparison there.
Yeah, and I think I could have made the reds brighter, the greens, the blues, and darker or brighter. So I probably could have made that a really bright orange. Or, that's pretty cool. Now, this is the little pad I have for this thing. This is what powers the Obelisk. And it's like water safe. And the remote, I couldn't figure out how. I kept doing this, clicking it, trying to figure out how to get it to work. And Sean Peck knew. And he's like, no, you do it to the little thing down here. And I did it. And sure enough, that totally worked. But that little thing. Now, last year, these were like $7.50. I checked it out, and now they start at $12 for the 7-inch one. So they've really gone up.
They have.
But I should have bought a whole bunch because they're kind of fun to play with.
Well,
I also bought a 4-inch one last time too.
Similar to the current, that backlight that you get for if you do the translucent background for the lighting on the tanks. That's kind of what they've got with it. It's just a little mini layout. It's amazing how many of these things, and that's why I love that you've got the app, because I'm constantly looking for controls for my tanks, and of course with kids that makes it even more fun. They get a hold of one and want to play with it, and was like, where's my tank remote?
Well, and you see, I've got one of those backdrops also that you have.
Yeah.
And I was going to put it, and I thought it was for a 55, but it turned out it's for a 40.
Okay.
So, but I've got the 55 light, like this, the suction cup thing that goes on the back is made for a 55. But when I went to stretch this stuff out and put it on the back, it was a 40.
40. I got you.
So either I'm going to buy, I think I'll just spray paint my 55.
Mm-hmm.
And because you can use like the frost stuff that you use like for a shower door. And I did that with my 125, and I made my own on my 125. And I used the frost stuff and sprayed it. And then it looks really cool with LEDs. But I mean, these LEDs are so much cooler because they have so many other controls. But
absolutely. So Ricky De Hoyos says, I have a question. I want to super chat so you guys can go to Aquashella, but we'll only do it only if Mermaid Chattanooga Ed makes a cameo appearance.
Okay. Now, this is awesome. When I did my mermaid shot, you guys all saw me sitting on Instagram. Well, Susan the fish mom has found me a walrus body. Are you guys ready for this? This is amazing. Let's see if I saved it. I'm pretty sure I did. Yes, I did. Check it out. Is that not awesome? Please focus.
That is awesome. There we go. That is phenomenal. I love it. I love it.
I was like searching everywhere for a walrus body, and I gave up. And so I put me laying on the mermaid thing and said, if anybody can find me a walrus body to fit over this one. Well, I didn't mean her to do all the work.
Right.
But she did. And that's just awesome.
That is. That's very cool of her to do that too.
I wasn't going to do the teeth, but I think you can still tell it's me. So.
Oh, yeah. You can still tell it's you.
That's pretty awesome.
We got Pepler Creek Aquatics with $3 super sticker with that cute little fox saying, my hero.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. Oh, I got a package in the mail also. I got 2 things this week. Not only the awesome tank, but I'll just show you this. Look, a package. I got a package from Diego, multiple tanks.
Very
and normally
nice.
I would show the magnets, but since I'm upstairs, I can't. But, well, he gave me a black hat.
Very cool.
Yep. And I wear it a lot. He sent me a green one from the old ones. Maybe it says Petzotics
I think
on my green one.
I think it does. I feel like it did, but I haven't seen it in a while.
I've got like an enormous head, so it's hard for me to find hats that fit my head. So I'm going to but he's got one of these deals on it, and you can see how far I go with it.
Yeah. Mine's the same way for my Fish Room Fever hat. It's like got all this extension, and it's like all the way out. I'm like, yeah.
Well, my favorite hat I own is my co-op hat that he bought for his employees.
Let's just say the co-op hats are great for fat heads.
Yeah. Well, the middle one not the one with not this one, but the one before, he bought it for his employees and it has like a stretch back.
Yeah.
That one fits my head like no other hat I own. So 90% of the, well, not 90%, but about 80% of the time I'm wearing that, or I'm wearing a Chiefs hat, but I can wear these too. So thank you, Diego.
Absolutely.
Super awesome. And
So-
I keep the Murphy hat nice because that's normally a showpiece one.
Yeah, exactly. Like this, my Fish Room Fever hat has the sweat stains and stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to do that to my co-op hat.
Oh,
But Aquarium Co-op was asking a question. I wanted to clarify this just for anybody that is new. Said, "Oh, are we fundraising for Aquashella?" So
No.
we aren't actually fundraising for Aquashella. What happened was we mentioned that we probably weren't going to go to Aquashella, and then there were a bunch of people that started to basically donate money to get us to go to Aquashella. So I just wanted to clarify, we weren't asking for donations to go to Aquashella. It was simply mentioning the fact that, people were giving us money to go to Aquashella, which makes it really hard to not go to Aquashella when people are saying, hey, take this money and go there. We want you to be here.
yeah. Now, I will guarantee I'm not going to go to Dallas Aquashella. My family has a huge Halloween party every year. And if something happens and we don't have a Halloween party, then maybe.
Right.
But yeah, but I would like, the other things I'd like to go to is I'd like to go to the ALA in Miami because I'm a Libearer nut. I love Libearers. And I'd like to go to the Keystone Clash.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I think that'd be pretty cool. But Diego also gave me this cool towel. And he told me he was going to give me the towel, and he said, what color? And I said, give me whatever the brightest color is so I can see it.
Absolutely.
So he found a pretty bright color. And then he also gave me, or sent me a mask.
Oh, neat.
It's a guppy mask.
Oh, dude, that is so cool. Super,
Yeah.
super cool.
You know what? Let's see what it looks like on Deadpool.
Very nice. Well, you're getting that on there. I'm going to tell you, Melissa Foster had a $10 super chat. Thank you, Melissa. Says, love that pick. Hope to see you guys soon. Thank you so much for
Deadpool
that.
doesn't have ears.
She's gonna have to hold it on there. And Ricky De Hoyos with the $20 super chat says, hope that's a yes. Ooh la la, can't wait. Ricky, thank you so much as well. Yeah, we'll have to get Ed in the mermaid cameo. Look at
This
that.
is Deadpool at Aquashella. Would anybody know it was him?
See, now you're gonna have to take and stick that on the fish tuber thing next to you and just hang out with Deadpool.
Let's see if I can get him to wink. It's really hard to hold. Oh, well. I was hoping for one eye shut, but we can't. I don't know what he's going to say, so I can't let him talk too much.
Right.
on
So
my
I
camera.
started to pause. Like, do I need to be ready to hit a button here? For
I was just
Aquashella.
hoping he would.
Oh yeah. Geek Boy with $10 super chat says for Aquashella Dallas, you can wear the Merwalrus for Halloween there. Thank you for that, Geek Boy. Very much appreciated. Again, we're not asking for donations to get us to any events whatsoever. It was just one of those things we mentioned we weren't going to go to something probably. And there was an outreach of support, people saying, hey, we want you to be here. That was all. Paul Stero say, I resemble that remark. Paul, I appreciate you.
So do I.
Yeah, we've got about 5-10 minutes left. If anybody's got any questions or comments they'd like to throw in there, we'd be happy to address those as best as we possibly can. I'm really looking forward to see what you do with that Fluval Flex. It's a beautiful tank, and again,
Oh my gosh.
it's Ed's, but thank you all for doing that for him, for supporting him. I know how happy that makes him, and you all can see it on his face. And he's my buddy, so I'm always happy when something like that happens for him. It makes his day. It makes my day.
My fanciest tank I own before this is probably my first fish tank because it has the steel, rims and slate bottom. And well, I have a round one that James and Bob Kaler and I won in a raffle. I bought the tickets, and Bob won, and then he felt guilty, so he gave it to me. Oh gosh,
that was funny.
Damn
That was a fun day. That's right. Go ahead, buddy.
Danikin just did a super chat, but I'm not sure what he's saying. Can you read what he said?
Fishtoberfest, LOL would not be an event without you there. Without you here. So yeah,
I would love to go to Fishtoberfest. That's the same weekend as Catfish Catalysm. I'm not going to Catfish Catalysm. I might be able to afford to go to Fishtoberfest. What was it?
Fishtoberfest. It's the
Fishtoberfest.
Yeah, the October Fishtober.
Because I might actually have air flight, like free tickets. So that'd be kind of neat to do that. Got to call the airport and find out. It was supposed to be to Canada, but since Canada still hasn't opened their borders, they may end up giving me a whole nother year again, because it was for a trip last year that was canceled because of the border closing, but it's for Vancouver. But maybe I can get almost to Vancouver and get to Seattle or Portland. So that'd be really nifty.
Absolutely, that would be awesome. Deborah Didi's Findin was asking how I'm liking the new fish room. I'm still making changes. I've got I talked about it a little bit earlier. Might have been on my channel right before this. I really want to go through and pretty up some tanks. I hate to say it, especially with him being here, but I'm kind of failing on some days at the 1 hour challenge. I've got to get more hands in the tanks. Part of that, and this is not an excuse, but part of it is there are things that I want to do, but I want them to be on video, and it's not always a good time to film. And I'm sure you can relate, as with anybody that's quote unquote fish tuber, is that where you could probably get in and do a project in 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Sometimes it's 4 times, 5 times, 10 times as much time to do a project if you're going to film it, and set up lighting and video and audio and all that stuff. But I'm enjoying the layout. I'm going to go through and redo a bunch of tanks, and I want to take you all on that journey. I want to go through each tank, have its own video, show you the before, not break it down, empty it, but start it fresh, get it looking pretty. Because I've got functional tanks and everything is thriving and all the inhabitants are doing really, really well, but they're not necessarily aesthetically pleasing. I've got people like Chattanooga Ed, Sean Peck Tech, who have talked about, hey, I'd love to shoot a fish room tour, and I want my tanks to be really pretty, not just a typical glass clean, but I don't want just random driftwood tossed in. And some of them I do. I'm going to put this driftwood in this tank just so it stays saturated and submerged. And I want things to look really nice. So that's kind of where I'm at. Of course, everything's running great. I've got the linear air pump from the coop. And I love that thing, the modularity of it, the fact that I've changed the fish room around, 5 or 6 times with downsizing, moving tanks and things. And it's simply just taking a PVC cutter and snapping some different parts in. That has made life so much easier versus when I was on like hang on back filters and having to rewire things and find enough outlets and all that stuff. So that has made life a lot easier, and a lot more enjoyable, that I'm like, I could just, add an extra airline drop, or, I could just cut this piece of PVC and my filtration and air is taken care of. So, but I'm in a really good spot, and I appreciate you asking, Deborah. Where was it? There was another right after that. Oh, here it was. Melissa Foster said, question, just started a rainbow tank, 55 gallon, 3 pairs in. How long until introducing another pair or two?
I'm not a rainbow guy. So
Where's
not
Steve
that I have
when you
anything.
need him?
Not that I'm anti-rainbow. I've had one set of rainbows and they all jumped out of the tank.
Right.
I couldn't figure out why my cats kept sitting by the tank, and then I figured it out when I noticed there was no more fish. So
I have kind of just a general, and this is not rainbow specific, but just kind of a general rule of thumb. Whenever possible, I like to give it at least 2 weeks. Just let everything settle in. There are some examples where that may not work. Case in point, African cichlids are very particular about how you put them in and arranging structures and all that. But typically with fish, what I like to do is give them a couple weeks to settle in, make sure we're not going to see any type of stress diseases coming out or anything like that. Make sure everybody's happy and healthy, and then add the next set of fish in. That also gives more than ample time. Not that you need a lot of time for just a couple pairs, but it gives more than ample time for your beneficial bacteria load to accommodate the new fish you've got in. so that you're getting closer to that quote unquote cycle, or what we're really looking for, being seasoned. All right, we've got a couple more minutes here. Rico Stan says, I am too, Fisherman Fever, falling behind on some things in the tanks and not doing my best. Got to rededicate myself. Yeah, and that's absolutely it. It's me. It's 100% me. I need to do things. And so if that sounded like an excuse, it's not meant to be. It's simply me not getting things done. I am looking at, and this is last minute behind the scenes news. I'm looking at picking up a job at a fish store potentially. So I think that will be awesome. I think that'll help with perspective on things. Maybe I think it's going to be fun too. It's going to be something I can enjoy. So there's a little bit of breaking behind the scenes news there that I had to mention before. So potentially if things work out there, look forward to some new fun and collaborative things going on from that as well.
That's awesome. Well, and Rico, right now, I think this is the time of season, especially after last year where people were stuck in their house. It was like, an 18-month winter, because we didn't get to go out and have a summer like we normally do. And all the fish stores were raking it in, and YouTubers, all of us were doing incredibly good last summer, which is unusual. And this summer, I think our numbers are almost half viewership, and it's not because we stink. It's just people are out having fun. Well, and the sales at everybody's stores are way down, and it's just because they're out having fun. They're swimming and fishing and stuff, doing outdoor stuff. And it's just hard to keep your focus in the summer. So like I was just telling my dad, I'm going to do a huge water change tomorrow. Normally I try to do those things. I try to do my maintenance all on Wednesday, and this Wednesday I was just a lazy bones.
Right. And it happens. We all have our days. I feel like, in my opinion, it's better to sometimes have a lazy day, if you will, than to burn yourself out. Because you never want to get to the point where you're like, to heck with it. I'm done with these tanks. I'm done with this hobby. It's much better to throw a lazy day in there from time to time. Of course, keeping in mind the health and safety of your fish and those things. But yeah, coronavirus made life interesting. I was in retail management. I was a regional training manager, and then also a store manager. Kind of bounce back and forth between the two things as needed. And when the pandemic hit, life got nuts in retail management. And it was one of those things where I just didn't enjoy the job anymore. I didn't love life. I wasn't living my life to the fullest. Wasn't living my best life, as Oddball would say. And I was blessed that, you all were here and we'd already been dabbling in YouTube. And like I'd mentioned, views and things being down, that's one of the great things about doing this for fun, I guess. We don't just do it, we want the views and we want to be successful, but we're here because we enjoy talking to you all. So that's one of the blessings, is the fact that we still get to have fun. There may be less people hanging out on here, but we get to have fun.
I found my KG.
Nice. I saw Lisa was here.
It's above my ed. It almost looks like an XG. I should have done a better job making it look better.
I think Zen was asking earlier if she was on there.
There's an LRB on here. Here's two. Zen was asking if she's on here. I should have made a Zen. I don't know if I did.
I feel like you did. I thought you had shown me that on there. Multiple Aquariums with $5 super chat. Thank you. Diego says, you two just made my top 10 best couples fish tubers on YouTube. Oh, I love it. Thank you for that, Diego. It's funny. Ed and I have our own channels, as you all know, but we really are kind of an intertwined entity, if you will.
Yep.
We're a team, plain and simple. And as long as one of us is going through it, we're both going through it. And that's why I love this guy. He's an awesome friend, and I couldn't be more grateful that I have him as my buddy. So.
Well, I feel the same way. I want to build the Fishery Fever brand, because I know I've said this before. I have grown up listening to radio, and I love radio shows. And when two guys are talking on the radio. That's all. I listen to a lot more talk radio than I ever did music when I'm working and stuff. And that's kind of what I would love that James and I would be able to do, is kind of be the DJ team.
Absolutely. And that's
We're a
really
DJ team.
right. And that's one thing I strive for, because when I was in retail, I always had one earbud in and I was always listening to YouTube. I was never watching the videos while at work, but I was constantly listening. And so I try and make it very, have a good audio aesthetic to it, if you will, to where I won't name any names, but I've listened to some shows and they're not shows that you can listen to. It's something where they're talking about things and they're not descriptive. And it's like, oh, this thing right here is really awesome. And then if you're just listening, you're like, what was the thing? You didn't, I don't know what you're talking about. So we've always tried to make it very appealing from an audio perspective, so that if you are just lurking or observing and listening, you still get that immersive, that full experience with this. So I hope that comes across, because like you mentioned, the radio show, the almost podcast style, but we do ours live. So I really feel like, a lot of people are doing the podcast thing, and that's awesome, but we kind of mix the two. We keep the live, but we do a very podcasty style to it. And I love it. I absolutely do.
And thank you all for sticking with this from earlier today with this show earlier. It was probably a lot of dead air and horrific for some of you folks. But thank you guys. We do appreciate it a lot.
Very much. Well, that brings us to our 1 hour mark and a little bit over. I don't know who we've got going on tonight. Usually there's a brief break and then we've got somebody else rolling live. If you all would like to let us know, we'd be happy to get a link in the chat so that the awesome Fish fam can continue rolling through and hanging out. Thank you all, Lisa and everybody else, for the congrats and all that on the mentioning that job there. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be fun. It's something that I'm passionate about. I've done the management part of it before, and I love fish. And the hours are kind of right up my alley. That was one thing I hated in retail, is I was literally on call for my job. I couldn't turn my phone off. I couldn't schedule a day off. And this very much is right up my alley. And like I said, where I would be going, they're very much in touch with the social media aspect of it. So I think you could see some really great things, not just added for what I'm doing, but also for what they're doing. So fingers crossed. I think it will be fun if it pans out.
Oh, man, that'd be awesome. I'm looking forward to it too for you. Well, guys, thank you everybody for the super chats. So far, every super chat dollar I've ever made has gone towards James and my adventures. And I'm sure this will too. So thank you so much, guys, for that. Really appreciate it. James and I are going to be, I like to do a thing where I tell everybody the events coming up. I'm just going to go through a couple really quick ones because they're personal ones for James and me. At the end of this month, we're going to be doing the Tennessee Fish Mafia.
Yes.
I have been trying to get a hold of the IFGA Deep South Conference people to make sure that it's open to the public.
Right.
I've sent 3 texts now and got 0 reply. So I'm thinking about going straight to the big guys at the IFGA and seeing if they know. But right now, tomorrow I'm going to get a yes or no, hopefully for sure. And then we're going to try to get it out to everybody. We're going to be meeting there, and we haven't even decided Friday or Saturday. But we're going to meet there at the end of this month. And we're going to go and look at all the guppies and talk to the people, have a good time. If somebody wants to make a video, I don't know if they have any problems with that or not. And then we're going to go have some great barbecue and have some fun across the street. It's a really good barbecue place. I think it's called the Pig Pit. That's really good. And then the next week, James and I are going to be doing our first official talk.
That's got to be awesome.
Yeah, we're going to do a public speaking thing. And I don't know, James and I haven't completely talked it all out, but I think we'll try to do for members only. We'll air it also. But maybe he'll just want to go live on his normal show. We'll discuss that. But I think it'll be pretty cool. And so if you guys want to see that live, join up with Fisher and Fever on his what are memberships?
Membership, yeah. So I think I am going to steal John's idea, and I see Lisa's still in here hanging out. John from KG Tropicals, where he filmed it and then he uploaded it for the members. I really like that idea. It also, not only does it give them some behind-the-scenes stuff and access to something they couldn't see in person, which I love giving that extra value, but it also does kind of let you do the talk more than once. You do it once and you put it out there and it's kind of like, I saw the video on that. I don't really want to see the talk, and nobody wants you to talk. So, I think that's what we'll probably do with it.
And I'm working on a lot of stuff here, James. I'm going to have Rico do the live, since it's a live feed, we'll have Rico do the introductions to the people at home. And then he'll send us text messages of people's questions. So that way, if the live crew doesn't want to ask anything, we can also answer questions from the people at home. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I was reading questions while you were saying that. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that would be awesome to kind of bring the two together. Yeah.
So Enrico's so awesome, he said he would do that. And then probably that night, since we'll be in Chattanooga, we'll probably do the fish room show after hours with Rob at Aquatic Aesthetics. I would imagine that day too.
Yes.
So it's going to be a full slate for us that day. Oh, there's Susan. Susan, I showed off your walrus. Or showed off me as a walrus that you did. And then we're also working on another one, live talk, but we don't have that set in time. So when that one comes up, we'll let everybody know. So yeah, just a lot of fun. Tomorrow I'll be on with not with Rico, but with Lefty at 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and I don't even know what we're going to talk about. I imagine it'll be games and movies. So if you guys want to goof off and talk something other than, I almost said sports. I don't think Lefty likes sports. That's other than fish. Check out Lefty's show. He's an awesome guy. And I hang out with James, Diego, and Rico. And I got a full lineup.
Yeah, this Saturday we will be doing our monthly episode of Simply Saltwater, or Simple Saltwater. So we'll have Fish Tank Barn on with us, and we will be discussing saltwater basics. I've got an idea for this weekend. I haven't pitched it to the guys yet. But again, we just try to make it fun and basic. And we've got a lot of people that are following along that, in theory, they probably will never set up a saltwater tank, but it's still fun learning. And there are a lot of things that you can always cross over to the freshwater side of the hobby. So I hope you join us for that. That will be on the Fish Room Fever YouTube channel. I
never thought I would do it, and I'm doing it. So I'm going to have one 50-gallon saltwater tank, and I'm really looking forward to it. Right now, the only thing that's holding me up is Sean Peck offered me his RO system, and every time I hang out with Sean Peck, we end up playing games, and we totally forget about talking fish. And so maybe we'll have to play games with Sean on Saturday and try to remember to get. Oh no, we can't talk. We can't play games with Sean this week. Oh well. We'll figure something out.
Always a full schedule. Gotta love it.
But you guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Thank you for the awesome super chats. I see that Whips gave $1.99. He's the last one up there, but that's the only one I can see. I don't know if he said anything.
That was a $2 super sticker. I thought I got it earlier, but yeah.
Okay, cool.
A huge thank you to Whips and everybody else for the support. And just everybody hanging out with us, lurkers, the observers, all that. And Ed, thank you for having me and being my buddy.
Oh, man. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you. It's so much fun.
All right. I guess check the chat. If there's anybody coming up, we'll get a link thrown in real quick as we wrap things up here.
You know what? I saw George up from Aquaballs.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if he's here. Aquaballs, are you going to have a show?
There we go. The Zen Ginger has posted it. Kevin's Canines and Aquatics live stream next. So if you're wanting to go hang out with the Fish fam a little bit longer, stay live. Go check that out. I'm going to hush my mouth, turn it over to Ed. Thank you again.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you in the next one. And Matt F.,